Hi, I'm Johnny Good from UltimatePaperMache.com, and in the last video I showed you that I was trying an experiment. The big challenge for this paper mache head, the first challenge, was to see if I could put the paper mache, the fast setting paper mache paste and shop towels over a wet clay sculpture and actually seal the clay well enough so that the paper mache would get dry. And I think we succeeded in that. I think that the wax really did seal it well enough. Someone on YouTube suggested that we could simply have used petroleum jelly. That might have worked too. I haven't tried that yet. So it does feel solid. So now the next question is, can I cut this off, pull it off of the clay without bending things or distorting the shape? And then will it stay solid enough and keep its shape well enough so that we can put the two pieces back together? That has real big implications, I think, for other kinds of sculptures, even four-legged animals or figure sculptures or anything else. If we could make the armatures using clay rather than crumpled paper and masking tape for a lot of projects, that would be an awful lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got my brand new blade and my X-Acto knife. Let's see if this works. Almost lost him. I actually liked the wax idea. I liked how it gave a nice solid seal to it, but the paste wax I used just kind of creepy feeling. So next time I'm going to use this Gamblin's cold wax medium. I'll try that instead. And then I might also try the petroleum jelly, maybe do 2 more experiments just to see which one works best. I'm going to cut myself some plaster cloth here just because it's so much quicker to harden than paper mache would be. I put this on the inside. I actually bought this plaster cloth from the AccuCast people online, and it doesn't seem like it should make any difference, but it is better than the plaster cloth that I bought before at the at the hobby store. So I can't really say exactly why, but it gets hard faster. It's easier to work with. A little bit more expensive. I'm just going to tape this together temporarily. I can already see that it's beginning to change shape, and that's just what naturally happens when you have something that's still ever so slightly damp on the inside. It's just going to change shape on you when it dries. So it seems really important to get this put back together again just as fast as I possibly can. Got some hot water here, warm water. Got my plaster cloth. As soon as the plaster cloth hardens, I'll be able to go back over the outside with some paper mache. Seems to be holding. Now I'm going to repair the wound, I guess we can call it, with some more paper mache. I'm putting this paper mache on using the plaster-based gesso recipe from my book, just because there's no point in making up a whole full recipe of the paste. They're just not going to need that much. Well, I think it worked. The big challenge on this part of the project, obviously, was getting those pieces back together again before they had a chance to warp out of shape. But I think I've proven to myself, at least, that this works. I can see a lot of possibilities with this process, not just for making portrait busts, which would be really fun to do, but also for any kind of sculpture, the four-legged people, figure sculptures, just about anything that you can make with paper mache. I have been, in the past, I've always made them with crumpled paper and masking tape armatures. And I just think that using clay, probably modeling clay rather than wet clay, just because it makes more sense, but go ahead and I think what I would do, I'm thinking here online, which is a little silly, but I think I would continue using the cardboard patterns inside of my sculptures, just because it sets that outside shape for you. So you know pretty much what your sculpture is going to look like. It is going to look like you're drawing because you've got that drawing on the inside of your sculpture. But I think then I would probably pad that, or at least I'm going to try padding that out with modeling clay or even the wet clay, and see if that's easier. We are going to end up with hollow sculptures if we do it that way. Just like this guy here, you can see, it's light. And it's probably strong enough at this size without anything on the inside of it. If it gets bigger than this, somebody sat on it or something, it's not going to hold up. And it also doesn't feel very substantial. So I like my sculptures to be heavier than this. Some people have suggested using some expanding foam on the inside. I think that may work. It's something I've thought of before. I'm just worried that it might continue expanding and then kind of pop the sculpture apart. But I think I'm seeing some real possibilities with it. I hope you are too, and I hope that you enjoyed this little experiment of mine. If you do any experiments, be sure and let us know. Come visit me, ultimatepapermache.com. Bye-bye.